Today, we're counting down 10 British cars that everyone forgot, but shouldn't have. These are the elegant, innovative, and beautifully engineered cars that deserve another look. Let's begin. Number 10, Humber Sceptre. Our countdown starts with a car that quietly impressed thousands of British motorists. The Humber Sceptre. Introduced in 1963 by the Rootes Group, the Humber Sceptre was designed to offer executive comfort without the price tag of larger luxury cars. At first glance, it looked sophisticated. The body featured clean lines, tasteful chrome trim, and elegant proportions that made it appear more expensive than it really was. Unlike many family saloons of the period, the Humber carried an air of confidence. Under the bonnet was a dependable 1.6-liter four-cylinder engine. It wasn't built to break speed records. Instead, it delivered smooth performance, reliable cruising, and respectable fuel economy. That combination made it ideal for everyday driving. Inside, the cabin immediately impressed buyers. Wood trim decorated the dashboard. Soft seating provided excellent comfort. Every control felt carefully designed. The interior created a genuine feeling of luxury. Doctors, business owners, and company managers quickly became loyal customers. They appreciated a car that looked professional without appearing extravagant. The Humber was equally comfortable outside an office building or cruising along Britain's growing motorway network. Owners often praised its quiet ride and dependable engineering. Weekend journeys became relaxing rather than tiring. Despite all these strengths, the Humber name slowly disappeared during the late 1960s. The British motor industry was changing. Competition became fierce. Newer designs attracted younger buyers. Gradually, the Sceptre slipped into history. Today, surviving examples remind us that true luxury isn't always about size or power. Sometimes it's about refinement. And the Humber Sceptre delivered plenty of it. Number 9, Wolseley 16-60. Next comes one of Britain's most traditional luxury saloons, the Wolseley 1660ths. Introduced in 1961 by the British Motor Corporation, it represented a different approach to luxury. Instead of dramatic styling, Wolseley focused on elegance. Its most famous feature was the illuminated front grille. At night, it created a distinctive appearance that owners proudly admired. The overall design remained conservative, but it aged beautifully. Under the bonnet sat the trusted 1.6-liter B-Series engine. Performance remained smooth and dependable. The car preferred comfortable cruising rather than spirited driving. That suited many buyers perfectly. Inside, passengers enjoyed polished walnut trim, supportive seating, and generous visibility. The dashboard looked timeless. Everything felt carefully assembled. Families appreciated the practicality. Business owners appreciated the respectable image. The Wolseley became a familiar sight across Britain throughout the early and mid-1960s. It earned a reputation for reliability and comfort. Drivers trusted it. Passengers enjoyed every journey. Yet as automotive styling evolved later in the decade, the traditional Wolseley suddenly looked old-fashioned beside new arrivals. Sales slowly declined. One of Britain's finest executive cars quietly disappeared. Today, it deserves far more recognition than it usually receives. Number 8, Singer Vogue. Many people have never heard of the Singer Vogue. That's a shame, because during the early 1960s, it offered something genuinely special. Built by the Rootes Group, the Singer Vogue shared much of its engineering with the Hillman Superminx but introduced a much more luxurious personality. Its styling looked balanced and refined. Chrome details highlighted the elegant bodywork. The proportions felt modern and attractive. It carried itself with quiet confidence. Power came from a dependable four-cylinder engine that delivered reliable everyday performance. The Vogue wasn't designed for racing. It was designed for comfortable family motoring. Inside, passengers enjoyed upgraded upholstery, polished trim, and thoughtful finishing touches. Everything felt slightly more premium than many competing saloons. Owners appreciated its individuality. The Singer wasn't as common as many rival cars. That uniqueness became part of its appeal. People who bought one often remained loyal to the brand. Unfortunately, industry restructuring eventually brought the Singer name to an end. As the company disappeared, many of its cars slowly vanished from Britain's roads. Today, the Singer Vogue remains one of the forgotten success stories of British motoring. It deserves to be remembered. Number 7, Austin Westminster A110. The Austin Westminster A110 represented traditional British executive motoring at its very best. Large, comfortable, dependable. Introduced before the 1960s but remaining popular throughout much of the decade, the Westminster became a trusted companion for business leaders, government departments, and professional drivers. Its size size immediately created an impression. The Westminster looked important. Under the bonnet was a smooth 6-cylinder engine. Power delivery remained effortless. Long motorway journeys became calm and relaxing. Passengers appreciated the comfortable suspension and spacious interior. Inside, the Westminster offered everything buyers expected from a luxury British saloon. Wide seats, wood trim, simple instruments, excellent visibility. Every detail focused on comfort. Business executives admired its dignified appearance. Families appreciated the generous space. For years, it represented quiet success. Yet changing tastes eventually worked against it. New competitors introduced sharper styling and modern engineering. Gradually, the Westminster began disappearing from Britain's roads. Although largely forgotten today, it once stood proudly among Britain's finest executive cars. Number 6. Vauxhall Cresta PB. Few British cars of the 1960s attracted attention quite like the Vauxhall Cresta PB. Introduced at the beginning of the decade, it proudly embraced bold American-inspired styling, large tail fins, generous chrome, sweeping body lines. The Cresta looked unlike almost anything else on British roads. People noticed it immediately. Under the bonnet sat a smooth 6-cylinder engine capable of relaxed motorway cruising. The car wasn't intended to be sporty. Instead, it focused on comfort and effortless travel. Inside, passengers enjoyed wide seating, generous legroom, and an airy cabin. Everything felt spacious. Families loved it. Children enjoyed traveling in it. Owners admired its unique personality. Driving a Cresta felt like owning a small piece of America while still enjoying dependable British engineering. But fashion changes quickly. By the middle of the 1960s, tail fins were disappearing around the world. Cleaner European styling became fashionable. The once modern Crestas suddenly looked outdated. Sales declined. Gradually, it disappeared from Britain's streets. Today, surviving examples always attract attention. Their bold styling reminds us of a time when British manufacturers weren't afraid to be different. Number 5. Rover P6 2000. Halfway through our countdown, we arrive at a car that many experts still consider one of Britain's greatest engineering achievements, the Rover P6 2000. Introduced in 1963, the P6 was unlike anything Rover had built before. It was modern, sophisticated, and designed for drivers who wanted luxury without unnecessary extravagance. Its styling immediately stood out. The slim roof pillars, clean body lines, and low stance gave it a fresh appearance that looked years ahead of many rivals. Even today, the design still feels remarkably timeless. Under the bonnet sat a refined 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine. The performance was smooth rather than aggressive. It wasn't built for racing. Instead, it delivered quiet confidence on Britain's growing motorway network. One of the P6's biggest strengths was its advanced engineering. Its suspension system provided an incredibly comfortable ride while also giving the driver excellent control through corners. Few executive cars of the era managed that balance so well. Inside, Rover created an interior that reflected British craftsmanship. Comfortable seats welcomed passengers. The dashboard featured elegant wood trim. The controls were simple and well arranged. Every detail had been carefully considered. The Rover P6 quickly became popular with architects, engineers, doctors, and business professionals. It projected intelligence rather than wealth. It was sophisticated without being flashy. In 1964, it received the prestigious European Car of the Year award, proving just how highly it was respected. Yet despite all its success, the Rover P6 slowly disappeared as newer executive cars entered the market. Today, many enthusiasts believe it deserved to become a true legend. Number 4. Daimler Sovereign. At number 4 is one of Britain's finest examples of understated luxury. The Daimler Sovereign. Introduced in 1966, the Sovereign combined elegant styling with exceptional refinement. Unlike many luxury cars of the decade, it never relied on dramatic styling. Instead, its beauty came from balance and simplicity. The long bonnet, graceful body lines, and tasteful chrome trim created an appearance that still looks elegant today. Under the bonnet sat a silky smooth 6-cylinder engine. Acceleration felt effortless. Motorway cruising became wonderfully relaxed. The Sovereign was built for comfort above everything else. Inside, the craftsmanship was outstanding. Beautiful walnut wood stretched across the dashboard. Soft leather seats surrounded every passenger. Deep carpets added to the feeling of luxury. The cabin felt quiet, warm, and welcoming. Owners appreciated its calm personality. It never demanded attention. Instead, it quietly impressed everyone who experienced it. Many buyers preferred the Daimler because it offered prestige without unnecessary attention. Unfortunately, the Jaguar name often attracted more publicity. The Sovereign remained hidden in its shadow. As the years passed, fewer people remembered just how exceptional it really was. Today, collectors recognize it as one of Britain's greatest forgotten luxury cars. Number 3. Triumph 2000. The Triumph 2000 arrived in 1963 and immediately changed expectations for executive motoring. Designed by renowned Italian stylist Giovanni Michelotti, it looked fresh, elegant, and distinctly modern. The proportions were beautifully balanced. The clean lines gave it lasting appeal. Unlike many cars of its era, the Triumph has aged remarkably well. Under the bonnet sat a refined 6-cylinder engine that provided smooth and dependable performance. Whether traveling through busy cities or cruising along motorways, the Triumph always felt relaxed. Drivers appreciated its predictable handling. Passengers enjoyed its comfortable ride. Inside, tasteful wood trim and supportive seating created an atmosphere of quiet luxury. The cabin felt spacious. Visibility remained excellent. Everything reflected careful engineering. Business executives quickly embraced the Triumph 2000. Government departments also purchased large numbers of them. The car earned a reputation for reliability and dignity. It represented sensible British luxury at its very best. Despite these qualities, newer executive cars eventually replaced it. Public attention shifted elsewhere. Yet anyone fortunate enough to drive one today quickly understands why it deserves a place among Britain's finest forgotten classics. Number 2. Rover P5. Very few cars represented authority quite like the Rover P5. By the mid-1960s, it had become one of Britain's most respected luxury vehicles. Its upright grille, long body, and commanding presence immediately suggested importance. It looked every bit the official car. Government ministers traveled in Rover P5s. Business leaders chose them. Senior public figures trusted them. The Rover became closely associated with success and responsibility. Later models featured Rover's famous V8 engine, delivering smooth, effortless performance. Long journeys became relaxing experiences. The suspension absorbed rough roads with ease. Inside, passengers enjoyed generous leather seating, polished wood trim, and outstanding craftsmanship. Every journey felt comfortable. Every detail reflected quality. Unlike many luxury cars, the Rover never relied on flashy styling. Its strength came from quiet confidence. People respected it. They admired it. Yet changing fashions eventually pushed the P5 aside. Modern executive cars offered different styling and newer technology. Gradually, the once common Rover disappeared from Britain's roads. Today, it remains one of the greatest symbols of British executive motoring. Number 1. Jaguar Mark X. At the top of our countdown sits one of the most magnificent British luxury cars ever built, the Jaguar Mark X. Introduced in 1961, the Mark X represented Jaguar's vision of ultimate comfort, elegance, and engineering excellence. Everything about the car made an impression. Its enormous size gave it unmatched road presence. The sweeping body lines looked graceful from every angle. Large windows filled the cabin with natural light. The styling managed to look both powerful and elegant at the same time. Under the bonnet was Jaguar's famous straight-six engine. Early versions featured a 3.8-liter engine before later models received a larger 4.2-liter unit. Performance was remarkable for such a large luxury saloon. The Mark X cruised effortlessly at motorway speeds while delivering smooth and refined power. Inside, passengers experienced true luxury. Soft leather seats, beautiful walnut trim, wide armrests, exceptional legroom. The cabin felt more like a first-class lounge than an automobile. Owners admired its refinement, comfort, and prestige. It represented everything Jaguar wanted the world to associate with British luxury. Yet despite all these strengths, the Mark X never achieved the worldwide fame of the Jaguar E-Type. The glamorous sports car captured headlines. The luxury saloon quietly continued serving those who appreciated comfort over speed. As decades passed, the Mark X gradually became a rare sight. Today, collectors recognize it as one of Britain's greatest forgotten masterpieces. It truly deserves far more recognition than history has given it. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Britain's forgotten luxury cars of the 1960s. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more stories about classic British cars, forgotten history, and the memories that shaped a generation. Until next time, keep Britain's motoring history alive.